He's the emotional, intense, confident leader of the Phoenix Suns.
I'm a mad dog who's only concerned about winning.
Basketball's most dashing superstar.
Don't you agree?
Who's never afraid to tell it like it is.
We're not all supposed to be alike. We're not all supposed to think alike.
Check this out.
The killer crossover.
4. What's up, what's up, what's up?
The second down.
You like my hat?
3.
Jordan on the drive.
Jam.
Did someone say jam session?
Here comes Sir Charles.
2, 1, liftoff.
Hold on, folks. Buckle up.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this NBA Inside Stuff special. It is all about a man known as Sir Charles of the Phoenix Suns. Actually, his name is Charles Barkley, and my name is Ahmad Rashad.
And I'm Willow Bay. You'll see how this small-town kid from Alabama has become one of the world's most celebrated athletes. And it's not only his outstanding career, but also his outrageous personality that makes Charles unique.
You'll hear what he has to say about his life, his image, and just about any other topic on his mind. Plus, we'll have a special Charles Barkley jam session. Now in his 10th season, Sir Charles has always been one of the NBA's premier players. But when he was traded to Phoenix in June of 1992, it marked a new beginning for his career. It was the start of what Charles has called the greatest year of his life. Barkley's year included an Olympic gold medal and a goodbye to the Philadelphia 76ers. It shifted into high gear with his arrival in Phoenix as the Suns' new superstar.
I am a member of the Phoenix Suns, and I am happy.
I'd like to introduce you to a new employee who will be joining us today.
I'm Chuck.
Are you ready?
And Charles didn't take long to make his impact felt in Phoenix.
From day one, we had the best record in the league and just kept it going. And it was just an unbelievable feeling to be that good all year.
In Barkley, the Suns found not only a gifted player, but also a new spiritual leader.
His personality is overwhelming. His confidence just exudes and really permeates through the whole team. He loves to play basketball. He has fun in his job, and I think that's contagious.
Blocked by Barkley. And Barkley is juiced. I mean, he is pumped.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. He's a mighty, mighty good man, y'all.
As he lifted his team to new heights, he also gained recognition as the league's MVP.
I didn't all of a sudden become great when I got traded to Phoenix. I was great all those other years. It meant a lot to me because they were saying, hey, you're a great player and you've done a hell of a job. It was just a great honor.
From the Suns, Barkley across the timeline.
But rather than focus on individual honors, Charles devoted himself to team success.
If I just do my thing, they're gonna make me look good, I'm gonna make them look good. Because if you're a great player, man, the game is so easy. And the better players you play with, the game is even easier.
He's a mighty, mighty good man.
Barkley's memorable season ended in disappointment, a narrow defeat in the finals. But it only served to fuel his competitive fire for what could be his final run at the title.
Like last year, getting to the finals I think was good enough. This year, we got to win the World Championship or we're wasting time. If you're a professional athlete, the only thing that really matters is winning. Money doesn't matter, endorsements don't matter. It's just fun when you win, it's that simple.
While last season was a lot of fun for Charles, this year has been more of a struggle. But despite being hampered by injuries, he's still among the league's leaders in scoring and rebounding and was the leading vote getter for the All-Star game.
Besides being last year's most valuable player, Charles may have been the most visible as well. Throughout the season, his fame and popularity soared. He was winning new fans and capturing the media spotlight, appearing in movies, TV shows, and commercials. It was all part of a serious case of Barkley mania.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the man we all know and love, Charles Barkley.
I think it started with the Olympics. I think that brought me to the forefront. it's hard being in the limelight because you kind of feel like you're on stage all the time. You never get a break, mentally or physically. It's always something to do.
And now a word from our sponsor.
34 makes the court like a ring. As the league's most sought-after pitchman, Charles found himself playing spokesman almost as much as playing basketball.
That part kind of shook me up a little bit because I felt like I had been doing a lot of stuff, but in the last year or so, man, it just kind of all just like boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Barkley.
No matter how much success you have, every time you go to the next level, it's still mind-boggling.
Wow, it's Charles Barkley.
I know his mom's name and his grandmother's name. I know him. Trust me. I'm the most dedicated fan ever.
When you go places and everybody knows who you are, it's still kind of mind-boggling.
This is my man right here. The greatest player ever. You don't believe me. You don't believe me.
I appreciate that.
With his newfound exposure, Charles found himself being mobbed by admiring fans more so than ever before in his career.
I think the fans appreciate guys who work hard and who gets mad if something doesn't go right, and who gets excited if something goes right. And I think that's the way it should be.
Isn't this great? This is what a big-time star does all the time.
Roll. Rolling. And action.
Charles, this is for you. Hey, thanks. Now can I play? No.
I think God has blessed me a great deal. I'm one of the luckiest people in the world. Even in your wildest, conceited dreams, you never expect to reach the level I have reached.
After dominating basketball and starring in showbiz, what's next for Charles? Well, he has his eye on politics. When his playing days are over, he plans to run for governor of Alabama. And that could be interesting because he says he's been influenced politically by Rush Limbaugh and Jesse Jackson.
You know, knowing Charles, Alabama is not big enough. Charles should be the president of someplace way away from here. No, actually, Charles is a person.
Someplace I've never heard of political correctness. Right?
That's right. He's a person who loves people. As much as people love Charles, Charles returns that love, and I think that's what gets that whole love affair going. Well, we're just getting started on our Charles Barkley special, so don't go away. We'll be back in just a moment.
You know what I want even more than a Super Bowl ring? The inside stuff.
Coming up at Rewind, we'll see where Charles is watching the big game and why he's not singing the national anthem. And later, we'll hear Charles on Charles.
Where I'm from, when somebody asks you a question, you tell them the truth.
Now that's the inside stuff.
All right, so let it get up in the air.
Charles Barkley's road to success has taken him through Philadelphia, Phoenix, and Barcelona. But the place that may have shaped his life the most is the small town of Leeds, Alabama. That's where he grew up back in the days when he still had a full head of hair.
He also had a few extra pounds and seemed an unlikely candidate for stardom.
Why don't we just rip Charles for a while? It's his own special, but we can rip him for a little bit.
But even as a youngster, Charles showed the work ethic that's made him such a force in the NBA. Though the face is unmistakably the real Charles Barkley, as a young man, he bore little resemblance to the outspoken superstar we know today.
He was shy growing up. He was just, he was quiet.
He was on the chubby side, and he was just about as chubby, as tall as he was chubby.
Brought up by his maternal grandmother in tiny Leeds, Alabama, he gained a strong sense of values.
We didn't have a lot, but we never went without. So that's probably the greatest thing that I learned from him. Just do whatever it takes to make yourself successful.
With that lesson in mind, Charles began to play basketball as a way to provide for his future.
In high school, my #1 priority in life is to make life easier on my mother and grandmother. So I'm thinking just go to college for free, because if I didn't get a scholarship, I wouldn't have been able to go to college.
At a pudgy 5'10", Barkley knew that attracting college recruiters wouldn't be easy.
You know, a lot of Saturday nights when the other boys would be out going to dances and things, Charles would be down on the basketball court, right down the street, bouncing a basketball.
By his senior year, he had shot up to almost 6'5", and putting his hard-earned skills to work, he led his team to the state semifinals. and would be rewarded with a full scholarship to Auburn University, where he would continue to bloom and help put football-dominated Auburn on the basketball map.
Oh, there goes Barkley. Look out for this one. Here comes Barkley. Are you kidding me?
He took them from a no-name program to a team that was a legitimate contender to win an NCAA championship. All it takes is one marquee player to turn a program around, and Charles Barkley was that player.
With his gigantic frame and his explosive style, Barkley quickly became a national sensation.
Hello, I'm Charles Barkley of Auburn Tigers. Here are a few of my nicknames. The Bread Truck, the Love Boat, Food World, the Frisco Kid, which is my second favorite, the Wide Loafing League, Town of Fun, the Good Time Blimp. But my favorite is the Round Mound the Rebound.
As a junior, he would be named Player of the Year, solidifying his position as a top NBA prospect. Charles had accomplished his goals. His mother and grandmother would never have to worry about providing for the family again.
Auburn was just great. I owe them a great deal, but they gave me a chance. That's all the world owes you, is a chance.
Charles made the most of that chance. After leaving Auburn, he played well at the 1984 Olympic trials and raised his stock in the NBA draft. Later that year, Philadelphia made him the 5th overall pick.
Well, Barkley, or should I say Crisco Kid, Good Time Blimp, Love Boat, Wide Load from Leeds, Bread Truck, or Tunnel. I love all those nicknames. Anyway, whatever name you call him, he's played the game with a style all his own. It's a style that's not only made him a superstar, but also made him a lot of fun to watch. Fans have seen many sides of Sir Charles, the entertainer, the enforcer, the prankster, even the singer. So here are some of his moments to remember in this special edition of Rewind.
Dreams come true with my new shoe. That's not what I want to say. Rewind.
Well, we don't have a lot of plays. Only plays we got is get the ball to me somehow.
Hey, and that play seems to work every time.
Barkley for three! Oh, no! Barkley fakes, throws up a three-pointer. Shazam! Oh, brother! Oliver Miller underneath, off the backboard. Oh, he said score the basket! Jake says score the basket!
But he can't seem to hide his other side, the part of him that gets in a foul mood and ruffles a few feathers.
A couple times I just threw people out the way and was fortunate they didn't call it. Pardon me, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Charles will pull no punches and give no ground. Those who challenge him usually pay the price.
Oops. Life is too short to take serious. We play basketball for a living. We can't be that serious. But I'll keep everybody loose.
Loose as a goose, and, you might say, people have found themselves the butt of his jokes.
Charles Barkley's impersonation of Rick Mahorn.
But Charles and Rick are good friends. If they weren't, would Barkley do this? The man just never stops.
I work harder than anybody there is. I mean, there may be people who work just as hard, but nobody works harder than I do.
Whether he's battling under the boards or chasing a loose ball, Charles goes all out all the time. His hustle has endeared him to fans around the league.
He's in the first row and he still gets the shot off, and he's kind enough to apologize to the woman he's sitting on right now. This is too much. He is unbelievable.
Remember what we said about Charles?
Yeah.
Part entertainer, 100% basketball player.
Yeah.
Right now doing a little bit of both.
I thought he was a great entertainer until I heard him sing.
First of all, this is very, very embarrassing. Sometimes I dream that he is me. Remember the Rose Bowl will win then. I love you. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
Now, there are just a couple of things that are obvious from Rewind. One is that win, lose, or draw, I guess you can't draw, but win or lose, Barkley loves to play and always gives the fans their money's worth. His philosophy is that the game is supposed to be fun. The other thing that's apparent is that Charles cannot sing and should never again try to sing, at least not in public. I can't express that sentiment any better than those dogs did at the end. You'll hear more from Charles talking, not singing, as our special continues right after this.
Still to come, Charles will give you an earful on the method to his madness.
I need that emotion to raise the level of my game.
And later, a special Sir Charles jam session.
Something special in the air right there.
When I'm playing basketball, I just want to make sure that I'm having a good time.
And yeah, he shows emotion.
just enjoy yourself.
Now, not only is CB a perennial member of the All-Star team, he is also captain of the league's all-interview team. After every game, he's surrounded by cameras and reporters because he is the man of 1,000, maybe 10,000 quotes.
Even though he'll offer his views on anyone and anything, one of his favorite subjects is himself. So right now, we figured we'd turn the floor over to Charles.
People talk about winning. Winning has nothing to do with it. I hate losing more than I like winning.
Pressure, pressure. Can you take the heat, boy?
Pressure is when you're married and you got 4 kids and get laid off. It's not a basketball game. If you got a wife and kids and you get laid off right before Christmas, that's pressure.
It's his game to win, or we go to overtime. Barkley, 20-footer, yes, with 1.8
I think that's good for me being a good player and a great player. I'll take any shot, anytime, anywhere. Somebody got to be the hero. Might as well be me.
Charles Barkley. He's putting on a shot. Talk about a guy who won. Charles. Yeah, he shows emotion.
I had always played basketball on emotion because I need that emotion to raise the level of my game.
Look at him. Go ahead, Chuck.
If I'm on the court and I make a great play, I should be happy about that. If I make a bonehead play, I should be mad about that because I want to be good. I want to be great at what I do. I want to excel. That's what's wrong with so many people in this world. Very few people want to excel at what they do. Whether you're a garbage man, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a doctor, lawyer, basketball player, whatever, you should want to excel at it and be the best at it.
America, Charles Barkley.
We were there to represent our country. We wanted to prove, like none of those guys would say it public, but I will. We wanted to prove that America is the best in basketball. We wanted to beat them all by as many points as we possibly could. We're Americans. We're supposed to be the best.
He's come up with a big three-point shot. Oh, Jordan from Johnson. Barkley. That looked like Jordan.
I don't look at myself as the ambassador. I don't look at it like that. You know, when the president dies, the vice president just move up. I don't like that. I'm just a guy who got the most out of his ability, and when you paid to see him play, he played hard every night. That's it. Simple.
With his candid opinion, Charles is often called controversial, but he takes issue with that. He says that what others call controversial, he calls telling the truth. You can see more of that interview as part of the upcoming home video called Sir Charles, due out this spring.
While Charles usually has a lot to say, his actions speak louder than his words, especially his slam dunks. So what we've done is we've put together some of his greatest slams ever, along with some wonderful music, and here they are in Jam Session.
I'm a mad dog who's only concerned about winning.
Don't you know I'm loco?
We're still getting busy. Now you're getting busy. I can slow it down so you look out. Then I move up so you can come back. Two goes in the back. I picture as a hood. Sliding into home base. Trying to hit a home run. Swing. Come baby, baby, come to come. You gotta give me love and then you gotta give me some.
Next week on Inside Stuff, we'll see Pooh Richardson giving something back to his old neighborhood.
I told my mom I saw you, okay? Okay. All right.
And we'll find out if Portland's Clifford Robinson wears his game face off the court as well.
I scowl a little bit, but I try to enjoy the game.
It's not often that superstars like Charles Barkley are traded, but when he became available, the Phoenix Suns knew they had to have him because what they needed most was a franchise player.
The Suns were already a quality team, but it was Charles who took them to the next level. No one knows that better than his coaches and his teammates. From his first day in Phoenix, they all looked to Barkley as their new team leader.
Charles came in, I showed him the arena, the new arena here. You see this beautiful, magnificent building? It was all built without your services. I took him into the arena. I said, Charles, see all these seats? They will be full. And I want you to know something, Charles. You didn't put one person in the seats. Every seat was sold out before you ever got here. Now, look up there. What don't we have? Championship flag. That's what we want from Charles Barkley.
And Barkley gladly accepted that challenge from the start.
He's the superstar of the team. He is willing to take that responsibility for wins and losses.
Steal. Here comes Barkley. And it's Sir Charles doing his thing. No question about it.
There's no secret that he's the guy that we're going to go to, and he's the guy that is going to carry our team.
3-on-2, break the other way. Barkley with a bad ankle, spikes the ball away.
Yeah, he absolutely thinks he's the best player on the floor and that he knows more than the referees, and that's just him. His will to win is Charles Barkley.
But for all the success he has achieved, his thirst for a title keeps him striving for more.
That's the only thing that drives me, is the opportunity to win the World Championship. I think if we're going to win it, we're going to have to win it this year.
To many, the pressure of a do-or-die year might seem unbearable, but Barkley has a different perspective.
But I don't look at it like everybody else. I don't look at myself as like a failure because we didn't win the World Championship. If the worst thing can happen to me is I can lose the basketball game, I got a great life.
And with that attitude, he's able to both relentlessly pursue his goal and enjoy doing it.
He's just a guy that loves life, loves sports, loves his job, and makes everyone else's job a lot more fun.
And whether he gets the championship or not, it is that joy that is perhaps his greatest gift.
I look at this as a ride, like a great ride. I'm just gonna have fun. Whatever happens, deal with it.
Not only has it been a great ride for Charles, it's been a great ride for all of the fans who've had the pleasure of watching him over the years, and I have really enjoyed watching him too.
And we'd like to thank all of you for watching this special edition of Inside Stuff. We'll see you back here at our regular time next Saturday.
Stay tuned now for Atlanta 96 here on NBC, followed by Super Bowl Live. So long, everybody.